This video covers the what, the why, and the how of living in the now, starting with what's in it for you, 3 gifts you can gain by living in the present moment, followed by 3 reasons living with present moment awareness can be so challenging, and then you'll get 3 ways to make living in the here and now easier. Then later on in the video, we'll do a present living practice session together. So if that sounds good to you, you're in the right place, and keep watching. Say yes to enjoying your life by subscribing to this channel and look for the bell icon to see future videos. And visit joyfulbeing.com if you yearn to experience more joy. Hi, I'm Kim McIntyre, also known as the Laughter Lady. Laughing is something that happens naturally in the flow of the present moment. And now here are 3 more benefits or gifts you can gain by being in the now. Gift number 1. Being present now interrupts patterns of worry. You know how when you're worrying, your thoughts of worry can be like a gerbil on a wheel, just spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning, seemingly forever? And finding ways to bring yourself into the present moment can interrupt that pattern of worry. Less worry can mean less stress, can mean you feel better. Gift number 2. The gift of connection flows out of the now. Connection with your deeper truths, connection with other people, connection with those you really, really love, connection with nature, with your pets, connection with all of the things that make life feel richer. That all flows out of the now. Gift number 3. When you think of times when you felt awe or wonder or joy, you were in the moment. You were feeling something in the now, experiencing something in the now. Joy naturally happens in the present moment. That's where it is. So you want to be able to seed the possibility of experiencing more joy by being more present. Being more present is not a guarantee that you're going to feel more joy or more awe or more wonder, but it opens you up to the possibility of having more of it. Now we're going to talk about 3 reasons why being present now can sometimes feel so difficult. Reason number 1. The first reason has to do with your mental habits. So to give you one example, it's habitual to be looking for what's wrong, trying to figure things out, trying to control things, trying to make sure that nothing bad happens around you, to you or to the people you care about. Now, if you are living where you're going to be attacked by a saber-toothed tiger any minute, like your ancestors probably were, that is a really helpful skill to have. So that mental pattern is there for a reason. It's important. It's important to be able to protect yourself from danger. So we don't want to get rid of that mental pattern completely, but you also don't want to have it running the show all the time. Because if your mind is constantly on the lookout for what's wrong, trying to figure everything out and control everything, you're really not in the present moment at all, and you're missing out on wonderful things that could be happening all around you that you can't even see or register or acknowledge because your mental habits are taking you somewhere else. Reason number 2. Occasionally, present moment awareness can feel a little bit uncomfortable. And that might happen because maybe there's some feelings that you've been avoiding feeling. You've been stuffing them down. You want to avoid them, and you'd be more aware of it if you were present in the moment. Or maybe there are deeper truths that you're not willing to know or acknowledge that the present moment might make you more aware of if you had some time to sit and be with it. So the thing to keep in mind about that is what you resist tends to persist. So resisting it isn't making it go away. Even though you can pretend it's away, it's not really away. The other thing to keep in mind with feelings is feelings are just feelings, right? Emotions come and go, like weather comes and goes. And if you can let it move through, then you don't get stuck. Reason number 3, you might not have external support around you for being in the here and now. Culturally, societal norms, people's habits, you may not have it as an example much what living in the here and now can look like or feel like, because people tend to be very distracted by things and not so much in the here and now. So it's something you kind of need to be consciously aware of to create for yourself. And now here are 3 tips for making living in the now and present moment awareness easier for you. Tip number 1, self-acceptance is key. You want to let go of perfectionism and accept the fact that present moment awareness isn't always easy. It can be quite difficult, and it's okay to be bad at it, right? It's not about being good at it or bad at it. It's about practicing it and opening up to a new way of being. And when you learn something new, it takes time. It's okay to be horrible at it. Total acceptance of that can set you free to experiment and practice and learn new things about yourself and about life. So rather than making it a clear-cut goal that you're trying to get to, but then you can never quite get to it, instead think of it as something that you bring more curiosity to and have more of a sense of humor about. And that frees you up to explore present moment awareness with that self-acceptance, with that self-love, and it makes it a deeper, richer experience. Tip number 2. Celebrate the awareness and the present moment experience when you notice it. So what happens often for people is that you have a moment of awareness where you notice your mind and you notice, oh my gosh, I am not present at all. I am just soaked in worry. What is wrong with me? Why do I keep doing this to myself? That's what you don't want to do. I mean, if you do it, self-acceptance. Okay, beating myself up for worrying. All right, what's next? So instead, when you have that moment of awareness, oh, my mind is doing that gerbil on a wheel thing of worry again, or whatever it is you're aware of in the moment, to celebrate that and say, yay, I'm aware. You're celebrating being aware of being aware. And in that celebration, you give yourself permission to allow that awareness to grow more and more in your life, rather than saying, what is wrong with me? I can't do this right. You're saying, well, isn't that interesting? I'm curious about that. And how can I open up to something new and fresh in the here and now? Tip number 3, use all of your senses to anchor you into the here and now. That means touch, taste, smell, hearing, visual. If you don't have access to all of your senses, that's okay. Use whatever senses you do have access to, because your senses bring you into the here and now. Being aware of your body brings you into the here and now. And one thing that can help with that is also slow, deep breathing. Slow, deep breathing can bring you into the here and now, that awareness of your breath. So we're going to do a little bit of a practice session together now, and we're going to start with the long, deep breathing. If you're not sure exactly how to do that, how to do a deep belly breath, I have another video about that on my YouTube channel. I will leave that link for you in the video description. But for right now, just do whatever deep breathing you can, and really helps to kind of focus on slowing down the breath, okay? So we're just going to start. I'm going to close my eyes, but you can keep your eyes open if you want. Obviously, you don't want to do anything where you're going to close your eyes when you're driving a moving vehicle or chopping carrots or whatever. So, all right. So we're just going to slow down the breath and deepen the breath. I'm inhaling and exhaling through my nose, but you can do inhale nose, exhale mouth, or in and out through the mouth. Whatever you like, doesn't really matter. You're just going to feel that air going in nice and slow, and feel the air exit slowly as well. And as that breathing is going on, you're going to just practice being aware of how it feels to breathe. Breathing is something we usually do on automatic. We don't think about it. We're not aware of it. We're choosing to be consciously aware of it now. Feeling a bit of an expansion in your body as the air is coming in. And feeling how it feels to exhale that air out. Feeling how it feels to slow down the inhale and the exhale. And as you're continuing to do that, pick one of your senses and focus on that sense as well. Maybe you hear sounds around you, or the sound of my voice, or maybe you just touch your knee with your hand, or touch your arm with your hand, and just have a sense of touch, of whatever you're touching. Could be a blanket, a chair. Maybe there are scents or tastes around you. When you're practicing this and you're not watching a YouTube video, you can play with that. You can play with a favorite aroma. Maybe you like aromatherapy oils or something and you can sniff them. Or a favorite thing that you like to taste and you can savor that. These are all experiences, practices that bring you more into the here and now. So just feeling that breath flowing in and flowing out. Feeling an awareness of touch or sound or any of your other senses. And just letting yourself be and experience the gift of this moment. And now if you've closed your eyes, you can gently open them back up again. And hello, you're back. So if you ever forget how to do that, or if you want to have it reinforced, you can always rewatch this video and have me guide you through that again. But that is a very simple thing that you can practice pretty much anywhere, anytime. And that is a way to bring yourself into the here and now. And over time, it gets easier to do. So it's so simple. It's so easy. There's no reason not to practice it. So maybe you find ways to remind yourself to practice. Maybe a notification on your phone or a sticky note above your computer or anything that's going to help you remind you to slow down, take a few deep breaths, let your senses come alive in the moment. And that is one of the easiest practices for bringing yourself more aware and more here in the now. Until next time, keep practicing that present moment awareness, keep your sense of humor, and keep finding ways to do this.